I'm Olivia, and this is my dad. He's going to be helping me with my older adult interview assignment. So I have a few questions for you about social media. The first is, what social media do you have?
Well, I have Facebook, Olivia.
Facebook. Do you have anything else, or is it just Facebook?
I only rely on Facebook.
So what do you enjoy about your social media?
Well, it makes it easy for me to set up things when I'm working on my cars or my tractors or working with my fellow guys when I'm done when I go to meets and stuff. And I'm able to reach out to them and find out stuff just on a whim. If I have a question, I can go in there and look it up and find the answer.
So how often do you use your social media?
I use my social media at least once a day. More time, probably twice a day. I enjoy when I wake up to get a start in the morning, see if anything has happened or changed overnight. And then at the end of the day, before I go to bed, to kind of follow up.
Okay, my next question for you is, do you think my generation is too dependent on social media?
I don't think your generation really knows how to do without social media. I think in a way that yes, they are definitely too dependent on it. Let's say perhaps if something had happened and somebody had cut social media to the United States somehow on a power grid, the power went out for several weeks at a time, or somebody had hacked into our system and eliminated it somehow. I don't know. I mean, nowadays your generation uses social media for everything. I mean, they even order their groceries and they buy their clothes on social media. And I mean, if they didn't have social media, they don't really have anything to fall back on. My generation, I've been very lucky in both. I've been in before social media was around. I mean, we learned to live, and I know what it's like to live without social media. I also have seen social media evolve from the start. So I've seen the good things with social media.
You mentioned that how you saw it from the start. So when did you get social media for the first time?
Well, social media came into my life probably about 12 to 14 years ago. We've had computers since before that, but even when computers came around for the first time, nobody ever dreamed that you could do what you could do today.
How do you think of like the Zoom specifically? Like how with COVID and how we've turned to Zoom, which is I consider a social media app because like that's how I meet my friends and stuff. We get on Zoom now. So how do you take that?
Zoom is definitely a great thing with the COVID and everything that is involved with that. Inside our workplace, I work in a relatively good-sized building, but it's not huge. And in our building now, even within inside the confines of our building, we Zoom. And we Zoom meetings where we used to meet in a meeting room and talk things out. Now we have cameras at our benches and our desks, and everybody just meets at a certain time and we can discuss things. We don't lose much productivity. We're able to stay out on the bench and with the other people out there, and everything's instant. So as compared to walking around and going to meeting rooms, I mean, the meeting room virtually doesn't even get used anymore. It just kind of sits there, and we do have the capability, if we do go into the meeting room, that we can Zoom all over the world. We can talk to people that are doing the same thing that I'm doing, and anywhere from France to England to Canada, and it's just we can all get on a problem right away, and we can make a correction and move on. And it's just for business and for personal uses. I think that Zoom is a very good thing.
So if you had social media when you were my age, how different do you think your life would be?
Well, I think back in my day when we didn't have, before the social media came, we had to kind of think on our own, and you had to go out and look stuff up and physically go to the library and buy books and encyclopedias back then. And I think that, if I would have learned at an earlier age how to use social media and all the things and good that goes with it, I would have been a little bit further along in my school studies and in life.
Thank you for helping me with my assignment. Again, this is my dad. I'm Olivia. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.